All right, my babies, let's go ahead and finish the snapshot review. Snapshot number 5, review. Let's go ahead and finish that. So let's pick up where we left off yesterday. Let me put the timer over here because I really don't want to do more than 30 minutes. All right, so let's start. The product of two consecutive odd integers. So one is x, the other one is x plus 2 because they're odd. The product means that you are going to multiply. Is 483. If x represents the smaller integer, which equation can be used to find both integers? All you needed to do was write down the equation. The correct answer was A. Remember, I messed up with the numbers, so these are not going to be your numbers because you probably did it right and I didn't. I'm just saying. All right. What is the correspondent? I'm sorry. If 5 is an element of the domain, that means that x equals 5. Of f of x equals 7x minus 22 divided by 4. What is the corresponding element on the range? So you can do two things. You can either plug it in over here, or you can go to equation solver and, not equation solver, or you can go to y equal to, write that function down, and then go to the table and look what it's paired up with that one. All right? So I'm going to go ahead and plug it in. All right, so that would be 7 times 5 is 35. 35 minus 22 would be 13. So that would be 13 over 4. And if you want to go ahead and change it to a decimal, you can. That would be 3.25. So there's my answer. All right. Which equation has the same graph as that one? All right, so this is what I would do. I would solve for y. The only thing that you need to solve for y is to move it to the other side. But I'm going to write it first because I don't like it when the x is not first. So this is what you're looking for. All right. So what you need to do over here is go ahead and do those boxes to make sure that you get the same one. All right. So you expand this right here. The correct answer was all right. So what I did was I expanded first. So I did the box for this. X squared minus x, and 1. So from there you get x squared minus 2x plus 1 plus 9. Now I'm going to go ahead and distribute that 2. So this would be 2x squared minus 4x plus 2 plus 9, and there's your 11, and boom, there it is. Drop the mic. You can't see it, darn it. And there it is. 2x squared minus 4x plus 11. 2x squared minus 4x plus 11. So the correct answer was H. All right, next one. Find the slope of each line. All right, well, for the first one, it's 2/3. That was A. For B, let's go ahead and solve for y. So we're going to put all the y's together. So I'm going to say minus 9y. That cancels it out of there. Plus 2x. That cancels it out of there. So negative 6y equals, that right here would be negative 2x plus 5. And now I'm going to divide by negative 6. And I really don't need to worry about this one because I just want the slope. So the slope would be 1/3 x minus 5/6. So my slope for B is 1/3. That's A. That's B. All right, for the next two, All you need to do is go ahead and go to y equal to. Not go to y equal to, I'm sorry, go to stat. For letter C, I'm going to go to stat. And I'm going to find the equation of the line. Alright? So m equaled, let's go ahead and do it. 5 and -8 and -7 and 3. Stat calc 4, and let's calculate. Alright, so negative 0.7692307692. It's actually a repeating decimal. Do you see it? 76927692. So I'm going to go ahead and change that to a fraction, and it would be -10/3. And then on the next one, I noticed that x only equals -2. Which means this is Vox. So the slope would be undefined. Alright, next page. Alright, I'm going to skip 30. We'll go over that when I come back. Let's go to 31. Alright, what is the range of x squared plus 1? Okay, so range are your y's. Looking for your y's. What I would have done is I would have just come over here and graphed it. So I'm going to go to y equal to, and I'm going to write down x squared plus 1. Now I'm going to graph it. Range are my y's. So the y has to be greater than or equal to 1, because after all, 1 is that y-intercept. So all real numbers greater than or equal to 1. 32. What is the greatest value in the domain? That would be x's of the function graph. Where the greatest value on the domain, you look from here, because those are your x's. It's really easy to go to the top of a graph. Be careful. Greatest value would be 6. Alright, let's go ahead and start our mini review. Number 14. By this time, you should have been able to work on this for at least 25 minutes. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's do this. Have I told you that I love you today? I do. I'm having fun, but I miss you guys. Alright, check out when I go live on Instagram, okay? When I go live on Instagram to say hi, and you can see what I'm doing. That would be kind of cool. Alright, number 1. Which equation is equivalent to the equation above, and then solve for y? Alright, so we got to solve for y. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and distribute that 2. So that would be 2x plus 2y minus z equals 2x plus z. And I got to solve for y. Alright, so I'm going to do minus 2x plus z. That's cancel. That's cancel. 2y, that's cancel. Equals 2z. And then divide by 2. And y equals z. So the correct answer was B. Alright, next one. Alright, if y is a non-zero constant, which equation represents the value x in the given equation? So we basically have to solve for x. Look at it. If you don't know what you're doing, just go ahead and solve for x. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cross multiply. So I'm going to multiply that by that, and that by that. All right? So y times 1 minus 4x, and that equals x plus 2. I just like the letters first. Negative 4y plus 3. All right. So this would be y minus 4xy. And I got to do a box for that one. All right. So minus 4xy, 3x, negative 8y, and then 3 times 2 would be 6. All right. So this is negative 4xy, and it's perfect because it's going to cancel. 3x minus 8y, because I cannot add those. They're different things. All right. So when I say plus 4xy, that's going to be canceled right here. All right, so I'm going to go all the way over here because I don't want to. So this would be y equals 3x minus 8y plus 6. All right, so I'm going to say plus 8y, and that's 9y equals 3x, because that's canceled, plus 6. I still got to solve for x. Look at your options. You still got to solve for x. All right, so minus 6, 9y minus 6 equals 3x, and then divide by 3. So x equals, because that's 1. All right. 9 divided by 3 would be 3y. And 6 divided by 3, negative 6 divided by 3 would be negative 2. So the correct answer is A. It's a lot of work, but it's not hard. All right, next one. A rectangular swimming pool has the measurements shown. The perimeter of the swimming pool is 80. What is the value of x? So remember, perimeter would be 2 times the length plus 2 times the width, because you have this, you have it up here, and this, you have it over here too. All right? So 2 times 2x plus 3 plus 2 times x minus 2, and that would be equal to 80. All right, so I would just go straight to equation solver after this, to tell you the truth, and then just move this guy to that other side as a minus 80, and then x equals 13. All right, next one. All right, a drink dispenser fills cup at a rate of 2 ounces per second. That's your slope. Adrian has a 64-ounce cup that's already contained 18 ounces of water. How long will it take the dispenser to fill the rest of Adrian's cup? Okay, so the total that it can hold, it would be 64. So this equation is equal to 64. You don't know how many more ounces you can put in there, but you do know that it adds them up at a rate of 2 per ounce. 2 per second, I'm sorry. You don't know how many seconds. And then you already know that you have 18 ounces in it. After that, go to equation solver and solve for x. Correct answer was 23 seconds. Sarah drove her boat at 5 miles per hour for 45 minutes and at 4 miles per hour for 30 minutes. What was the total distance in miles that Sarah drove her boat? Okay, so I got to do a fraction strips, believe it or not. All right, so let's see. So there is 15 minutes here, here, here. Now she only did 45 miles. I'm sorry, she only did 5 miles in those 45. So that would equal a total of, she can walk 5 miles per hour for 45 minutes. So this would be a whole hour, but she only walk for 45. So that would be that. So I'm going to take those 5 and divide it by 4. That's how many you get in each one 15-minute earnable interval. Each one of those is 1.25, so I'm going to multiply that by 3, and that gives me 3.75 miles. That's what she's got over here. And then 4 miles per hour for 30 minutes. Same thing, but only 30 minutes, right? But this one was 4 miles. This one was 4 miles. So if she can do 4 miles in an hour, well, half of that would be 2 more miles. Then you add those up, and the correct answer is B. All right, which expression is the factor equivalent of 3x squared negative 4x plus 1? So if you know that a minus plus is a minus minus, you can eliminate all of them except for 1. And I'm going to, because I care, I'm going to go ahead and check. Alright, so this would be 3x squared minus 3x minus x and plus 1. There's your 3x, there's your minus 4x, and there's your 1. The correct answer was A. Not too much. Should not have taken you not too much. Which expression represents, this is f of x, which expression represents f of x plus 1? So that means that that is going to have to be plugged in over here in the x. This is the one we love. So this is 2x plus 2 minus 5. That's negative 3. So 2x minus 3. Correct answer was A. Alright, let's go to the next one. This one's, Miss Marie don't even have to number them because they're all in little boxes. I love them. Don't you just love them as much as I love you? Alright, next one. Which set of data represents a linear relation? What I would have done is I would have gone to stat, not stat, yeah, I would have gone to stat, and then I would have plot them. Alright? Then I would have plot them. So for example, let me clear the calculator. Alright, so when I go plot this, 13, 15, 17, or 19, or I could have looked for patterns, 7, 10, 13, and 16. I'm going to have to change my window. I'm going to put it on negative 20, and then I'm going to turn that plot on, and then I'm going to graph. There you go. That's a pretty cool looking line. That was B. Yeah? Correct answer was B. Just plot them all and see which one. Which one represents a function x's cannot repeat? Look, there's your repeating x right there. There's your repeating x right there. There's your repeating x right there. Correct answer was B. All right, next one. All right, which represents a function? Again, not a function. Uh, not a function right here. Most definitely not a function. The correct answer was C. I'm sorry you couldn't see it. And you can't tell me anything because you're not here with me once I'm recording this. I miss you guys. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm having lots of fun with my family. Alright, which statement is true about this equation? This equation represents parallel line. Most definitely not. The equation represents the same line. Most definitely not. That's false. The equation represents perpendicular line. Ding, 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 ding. Opposite and reciprocal. Correct answer was C. Alright, next one. Which graph represents the function y equals, I'm sorry, I'm reading ahead. Which graph represents the function y equals 1? Well, I think about Hoy, where y equals a number. It needs to be a horizontal line. So it's not A, that's vertical. And B is vertical as well. So it needs to be a line on equal to 1. So the correct answer was C. Which statement describes the line that contains the points negative 3, 4 and negative 3, 5? Alright, so x can only equal negative 3, obviously. Which means this is Vox. Vertical line. Line is vertical. There you go. Next one. Alright. John owns a window cleaning business. He charges different prices for cleaning windows at different sizes. What are the independent and dependent variables? Alright, so the size of the window changes what he's going to charge. So the independent variable is the window size and the dependent variable, so that this depends on that. And the dependent variable would be the price charge. And we're going to do this one. This is going to be our last one. The graph of the function y equals f of x is shown. What is f of negative 3? That means when x equals negative 3, what is y? Let's see, negative 3. Let's go up. And now to that side. Or you can, but you can't put it on the y equal to because you don't have the function. So y equals 2. Alright, babies. What you need to do right now, if you have a little bit of time, is continue working on this. Because tomorrow you're going to get another packet and you're not going to have a video for that packet. I will make another video finishing this. Alright, babes? Love you guys. I'll see you when I get there back on Monday. Have a good one, guys.